My days, guys. Welcome to another brand new episode of the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, when I mean today, we are in for a treat. We are in for a serious treat. I have got one of the legendary wedding industry expert on today's podcast, Georgie Rose from Georgina Rose Events, and she is going to be breaking down some major keys that you're all going to want to listen to. If you're new here, I am 247 and I'm on a mission to change the industry for the better for all mobile DJs across the board. If you are brand new or you are struggling for bookings and business and how to market and how to advertise, all those things that help take your business from zero to hero, you are in the exact right place for all that stuff. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any episodes that are definitely going to help you do better in what you're doing. I'm telling you, it's fact and it's already happening. And if you're missing out, you've just come to the right place, and stay tuned because there's lots more to come. These episodes are perfect when you are on the journey to and from your events, wherever you are performing around the country or even around the world. And this will give you great inspiration of things to do and other things to think about, so you are 2 steps ahead of the game. And if you found anything beneficial from this or any other podcast, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. The Patreon helps me continue bringing these amazing episodes to the community so you lot can get lots of tips and tricks. And I want to give a big shout out to all my patrons that are on there. You guys are doing so much and helping continue keeping this podcast alive. So big up you. And if you want to be one of those people, hit the link in the description of this video. Anyway, that's enough dilly-dally. Let's get into this banging episode. But before we do that, let's roll the sexy intro. My days, ladies and gentlemen, look who I have sitting beside me. It's Georgie from Georgina Rose Events. What are you saying, girl?
I can't do that noise.
Yeah, that sounds better. That sounds better. You got to give me me. You got to give me me.
Okay. Me. I'm just...
Georgie, how are you doing, man? How are you doing today?
Good. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Even better that I've got you on the pod. This is a great thing. This is going to be a great podcast. I've got so much things that I want to talk to you about because, as everybody knows, you have done a lot in the last couple of years. Like, you have been here, there, and everywhere. And we're going to go into some of that. But I always like to start my podcast with, first of all, which some people may not know, is Georgie, when it comes to you and all the things that you do, what is it that got you into the wedding industry? A lot of people just kind of fall into it, but I would love to hear your story as to how this all began. How did you get to where you are today?
Okay, I will give you the brief summary of it. I've always worked in weddings from the age of like 14, waitressing for a little catering company, just doing whatever jobs. Have always liked working. Then I wanted to be a barrister, and then I realised that you had to defend the baddies. I didn't want to do that.
Okay.
Then I wanted to be a paramedic, realised I don't like sick, didn't want to do that.
What ages are this? What ages? Sorry, you said barrister.
Like 15, 16,
okay,
like getting
so
up
we're
to
dabbling.
starting to close. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was working at my local pub, waitressing, again, always worked. I think at the age of 15, I had 4 jobs at school as well.
Lord.
Yeah, I just like being busy.
Yeah.
And the chef there was like, oh, you'd be really good as an event manager. And I was like, I don't know what that is. He's like a wedding planner. And the second he said it, I was like, obviously that's what I'm supposed to do. And honestly, the whole world felt, so I had to go home and say to my dad, who thought I wanted to be a barrister at the time, that I was like, I'm going to be a wedding planner. He was like, all right. Right. Why?
What are you doing? What are you talking about?
Why? And it was very much like I was going to university. It wasn't, do I want to go? It was, which university are you going to? Went and started doing event management. I had just met my now husband, Brian. And so he's the problem. He was the issue. Because I went to university in Hertfordshire and he was still in Cheltenham. So I would go to uni, there'd be no lectures. I'd stay at home with Brian. I'd miss lectures. I just hated uni. I wasn't there for the party. I actually just wanted to learn. And one of the lectures, they were just talking. Am I allowed to swear?
Of course you are.
Oh, they were talking shit.
Absolute
And I was
crap.
like, I thought so. Absolute bollocks is what they were talking. And I was like, you can't learn this in a lecture. Like I
Not
just need
in
to go
this,
and
yeah,
do
in
it.
this, yeah, correct.
I need to do it. So I quit uni.
Halfway through, I just dropped out.
Not even halfway. Like I was probably 3 months in. Actually, I didn't quit. I moved to Gloucester and started the following year. I lasted about 2 weeks and then I quit. Which, no regrets.
Of course. Never. I've never heard anyone.
Never. No. I actually, apart from the £15,000 I had to pay back, it was all good. So I came back and then I was like, I'm just going to get into the wedding industry myself. I don't need somebody to tell me how to do it. So I got a wedding planning course online and I did maybe 4% of that, but I put it on my CV and applied for loads of jobs. And like, I'm good at an interview. Like I can chat shit. I just get me in front of them. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I remember the first, I got a job as a part-time wedding planner, part-time bartender at a golf club, which was awful, but I knew as soon as I had the first thing with the word wedding in it, I was fine. I just needed that first job.
Yes.
And then I remember applying for the next job, which was like a nice hotel and spa, like proper wedding planner.
Okay.
And I did this presentation thing where it like zoomed in and like it was amazing. It was amazing. So I got that job, absolutely nailing it, and then found out I was pregnant.
Okay.
I'm 21 years old.
This was the marks. That's how. Okay, 21. Okay, good.
She is the best accident ever, but accident she was. And I'd literally just started this job. So this poor guy that hired me must be like, sweet, like she's 21. She's not having kids yet. She's not getting married yet. Like she's here for a while. Yeah. Literally 3 months in. And I'm covering a maternity leave. So I'm like, haha, I'm pregnant.
You're like, you set me up. What do you mean? You was meant to be not having kids for a while. You set me up.
I didn't know. And I remember like telling him, and then the next day he had to call me back in for a meeting and he was like, I'm really sorry. Are you all right? Because he just kind of was like, right, okay. No problem. Couldn't say anything bad, obviously, but I think he'd gone home, probably spoken to his wife, and she was like, that poor girl's 21. Let's maybe be a bit nicer to her. So he was nice. But so this is my quick version of this story. Isn't very quick. I did that job, had Isla, my daughter, went then into childcare because I was like, oh my God, I love kids so much. Like, this is my calling. And then I was like, oh, do you know what? All of you are just, I hate you all, apart from my daughter. I hate kids. Mine is great. I remember being sat there one day watching all these kids like sticking their fingers in plug sockets. And I was like, I'm not doing this. The fact that I don't want to pull your finger out that plug socket tells me I shouldn't be in here.
Yeah, stick it in further. Make sure you turn it on.
Yeah.
Turn it on, Jeffrey.
Little Jimmy, yeah. Put water in it. That works better.
Here's a fork. Go on. Make sure you kill it.
So obviously that didn't last. I quit that and I went back to weddings, went back to work for the catering company that I worked for when I was like 14. And loved it. And it was like an outside catering company. So we were in marquees or different venues. And I honestly think that was the best way I learned everything. Because when you work at a venue, you get used to doing that venue, but then you go to a marquee and it's a totally different ballgame. So yes. I feel like I learned the most at that catering company. And then I started, basically I asked for more money. I needed more money because I just wanted more money. They couldn't or didn't or whatever. So I was like, I'm going to start a social media business at the same time, just to like side hustle a little bit.
What age is this now? Wow, you're not.
This is now.
Age, Georgie, how
old was I then? I must have been 26, maybe.
Okay.
I can't. I never wanted to have a business. Doesn't bother me. Don't care. Not into the business side of stuff whatsoever. So I started this social media thing just to literally make a bit of cash, make a bit of money on the side of it. And I said, actually, Brian, the husband I did marry, actually, so it was worth leaving university for him. He was like, once that builds up to the same amount of money that you're earning from working full time, quit that job and just go hard on the social media and start a wedding planning business at the same time. And I was like, yeah, cool. Okay. So that one built up pretty quick. Quit that job and I was like, I'm going to be my wedding planner. I'm ready. I got my website. And that was January 2020.
So when you did that, January 2020, is this the social media business that you started?
No, social media business started in probably 2018.
And what
built
was it
that
about?
up.
What was it about?
I was doing social media for small businesses. Okay. So like a butcher's, a commercial carpet tiles company, a travel agent. Like it was just really weird. But I've always had a bit of a social media marketing-y mind. And they were just like the butcher shop. Bearing in mind I'm vegetarian as well. It wasn't great. But I would go in, take photos of there and then just schedule it throughout the month. So they were paying like £50 a month. and it was just constant posts going out. So that was a blessing in sight because I really enjoyed doing that, but I just needed to earn more money.
Yeah, of
and
course.
finally leave to then do this. So I then start Georgina Rose events and I'm buzzing and I'm like, this is it. I've made it. I've done it. And then global pandemic.
Yes, and that which made
And I
it
was
feel
like,
like, what the hell? I've started this thing. I'm ready to go. No events.
yeah,
Nothing's going on.
nothing. And I am not the type of person to post content that's not mine. I don't, when people use other people's images, I'm just, I couldn't, I wouldn't. So then I just had to start making content. So I remember looking on, my friend was telling me about TikTok and she was doing like all the dancing and stuff on there. I was like, I'm not dancing on TikTok, but I'll dabble. So I started doing, at that point, it was like you would voice over, there would be a clip of sound and you would act. Like
yeah,
almost
the voice,
mime
lip
it.
sync type thing.
Lip sync, that's it. So I was doing all this lip syncing stuff and it was all wedding related. And actually they did pretty well. So by the time then, I think it was all just, I don't believe in the word luck, but I do think good timing and preparation and all that.
Preparation, 100%.
Preparation meets good time. I don't know. So there's something like that. But when then everybody's coming out of COVID, loads of people were trying to move to other planners and coordinators because their ones then couldn't do the new date. I was free as a bird. I was like, yeah, took them all. So I think in that, the first year I did one wedding, obviously, because it was COVID. Second year I did about 23. And then the third year I think I went 75.
Jeez.
And then 95. And now we do, not me personally anymore, but we do about 100, 120 weddings a year.
Jeez.
So we get around a bit.
You get about, yes. And we have seen.
You've seen me. I hope you see my face.
Yes, we see your face. Oh no, let's get ready, Georgie. Put the clips in, and we're gonna talk some stuff. Let's go for it. Always giving out a major, massive, beneficial 10 tips and tricks to the industry. And I like with what you said in one of your posts, like, because your post is not just for one person. I think that your posts sort of hit wedding suppliers, couples, brides and grooms, like literally wedding venues. There's so much people that can take like lots of different bits from your content, which I think is amazing. And it kind of similar sounding, listening to what you were saying about when you was going back to when you first started like the social media stuff and how you've always been clearly a go-getter from when you was like 15. You've always just been like boom, boom, boom. It doesn't sound like you've ever taken a break or you've ever took your foot off the gas or stopped or anything like that. But in terms of like timings and managing all of these things, how do you find doing that? Because a lot of people would watch you online, right, Georgie, and they think to themselves, like, you're running a business, you've got lots of things, once again, which we're going to get into. But in terms of managing, when we think about you getting up to today, but before you got there, managing all the times and the scheduling, how have you been able to do that?
I find this question hard because because I'm either going to come across as inspirational or a dick, and there's no like in between.
There's no middle ground.
There's no middle ground, because if you ask me 2-3 years ago, I was working every hour of every day. Like I really was. I would wake up early. I remember I started a Miracle Mornings, and it's like where you wake up at 5 a.m. And that's when I made all my digital downloads that still sell now, made loads of content. Like all of that bit I was working a lot. In the evenings, I would take Isla to school, work through school, pick her up, work when she got home, work in the evening, work late. I also forgot to mention that my husband then joined the business, and that's probably what I will say. He's not here, so he won't hear me being nice about him, but I wouldn't have been able to do any of it because he does, like, on the days where I was working all the time, he would pick up all the house slack, like the washing, cooking, clean. Like I couldn't do all of that and be running. Look how dark it keeps going. I'm so sorry. That was my professional
what is
setup.
going on? It's like a cave, and then it goes, oh, it's bright.
I know.
Back into the cave.
Shall I text my what's he called? What is it? I'll just turn the light on. Let me text my tech support. Need light. Let's see how quick it takes him to get it. It's probably got out. Here's me saying I can't do anything about him, like genuinely. I can do all this fun OTT stuff because I know that the other stuff, and like I said, I'm not business. I don't tell anyone. I don't look at my invoices. I don't check if they get paid. That's a him job. He needs to check. I just don't care. I'll just do it all. I'll keep doing this bit. Like we kind of look at it as front and back of house of a restaurant. Like I'm front of house. I'll just sort all of this stuff out. You sort everything out in the back.
Everything else out, and everything should be okay. Yeah. I think that's what makes you such a great team. This is that, like, even. Yeah, that makes you two such a great team. I remember when I first saw you guys at the you did the Unfiltered Bride event in London, And that's when I first started speaking to Brian. And I remember I was saying to him, I was like, your synergy is like amazing, and you're able to do it. And it's all like you're like it's not a family business, but the way you guys like work at home.
Yeah.
And I think it's really powerful that your daughter gets to see all of that sort of happening all in one roof. So yeah, man, big shout out to Brian. Brian, you're a legend, my guy. You are.
He can't hear you. I won't tell him.
But I'm going to clip this.
He's not turned a light on though, isn't it?
No, he's not.
That's a whole 30 seconds ago that I texted him and there's no light.
A whole thing. Give the guy a chance.
We did say when we we got married in 2020. Oh, speak of the devil. Can I have my light, please? He knows I'm joking. Thank you, Brian. We got married in 2020. And so he was a police officer before we started working together. And he decided he didn't want to do it anymore. And obviously the businesses were doing well. And we were like, let's just do this together. We're so much better doing it together. Mm-hmm. So he quit the police in 2019. And we were like, we'll either have the best wedding or we'll be split up by then.
One of the two. Wow.
One of the two. Because it's either working with somebody, it's either going to be the best thing you've ever done or would be the death of us.
100%.
Thank you so much.
100%.
And now the sun's not. Oh, it's too late. We're live recording this, bro. Everyone's now watching. Thank you. Love you. See? Front of house, back of house.
Yeah. And it works. I think the dynamic between you two, it works, and it's made so much more. It's made so much of the things that you're both doing super possible. And like I said, I think most importantly is that Isla gets to see it all kind of happening, and she's amongst it all. She's probably learning so much from seeing what you guys are doing.
There's got to be pros and cons. Like the cons I know would be like she's got a play at some point, a play that she's in. I can't go to it. I've already got a wedding. Wedding's booked 2 years in advance. I can't message the couple. And so there's stuff like that. But I'm hoping that all the other side of it, of being able to see all these things and be involved in cool stuff and go to events, that it's worth it. I didn't answer your first question of trying to manage time. That was what I was saying. I'll either be good or I'll sound like a dick. Sometimes I'm bored because I haven't got enough to do. So then it confuses me when people say that they haven't got time to do something. And I'm like, I just don't know if I believe you. Before you say that, I'd like you to check your screen time.
I always say the same thing. I'm like, what's your favourite show on Netflix? And they start, and they get all...
Reeling.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, there you go. Cut that out, and you've got a whole business there.
When people say they can't make a video on social media, you're chatting shit.
100%.
There's no way. You're literally... Hence why I started doing when I was doing my makeup. Because I've got to do my makeup anyway. I might as well tell them so. I just filmed a video then. It took me 30 seconds.
Yeah. I think it is... Do you know, actually, this is something that's been, as you've been talking, it keeps on popping to my head. This is not even a question. This is something I'm just going to ask you off the cuff. Georgie, do you know if you have a neurodiversion at all?
I call mine Slady HD.
Slady HD. So let's talk about it. Because I'm going to tell you there's something there, 100%.
100%. My problem is, I don't want to get cancelled for stuff. I see some of it as personality types. Okay. My personality type is just quite ADHD. There's a million things going on in my head. Loads of I bounce off ideas, and then you've got other people that sit. Maybe Brian probably sits more on the other end of the scale of like get super focused on something, like obsessive on something. Whereas I'm like blah, 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 loads of things at the same time. So yes, but I would never get diagnosed because I already know it doesn't do it. It doesn't change anything.
It's not going
to
change
me.
Anything. It's not going to.
No, I wouldn't medicate anything. I wouldn't do.
No, you wouldn't change anything. You'll carry on doing what you're doing, but. I think, I can hear by the way you're speaking. You understand that there's something there. You don't need it to be diagnosed because it's not going to change anything. You're not going to do anything different. You're just going to be like, okay, I knew that, but now it's just confirmed that I already know.
And I know that I need to I do have a million ideas. I need to write them down. I need to sit on them for a little bit. Sometimes I just go too quick on doing something. But then in other ways, it's helped me. I'm sure you'll ask a question later on, but we made a podcast in 72 hours.
Yes.
So that was if I need to do something, it will happen and I can do it pretty quick because just make a decision.
And then go
to be
for
fair, that's what wedding coordinating is. I am just the person who has to make the decision on the day and sound so confident in it that everyone else just trusts what I'm saying.
But then at the same time, you pull it off. It's not that you're just saying stuff. You actually action the things and move forward and push it forward to make sure it happens. And then people are like, oh, she's amazing. And it's like, well, I just made a decision. Yeah, I made a decision and I pushed it through. I never backtracked on myself. Once we said yes, we hit bang and we went. There was no stopping. We have to get to the end of this and we will. That is it. So, yeah, I think you're driven, girl. You're
I am.
driven. Love it.
Driven.
Love it.
Just want a good life, innit?
Sorry?
We only get one go at We just want a good life. We only get one go at it.
You only get one go at it, so you might as well make the most of it and do the best that you can. And that's the reason why, similar to like what you were saying about, like, you know, people that say they can't make a video, they can't make that. I always say some of your biggest things and achievements in life are on the other side of the thing that you find uncomfortable. When normally it's your mind telling you something that's not even true. So you're like, oh, I can't make a video. I've got no time. No. But then if I was the fly on your wall in your house for literally not even all day, just for 5 or 6 hours, I'd be like, bro, man, look, there's so much you could be doing, but look at what you choose to do instead.
The problem is, for me, if you don't want to do it, because I'm very much like, there's stuff I don't want to do. And there's nothing you can tell me I won't. Like, I talk a lot about luxury weddings. I don't really want to do luxury weddings. I do a few, but I don't want that when people are like, oh, do you do celebrity wedding? I don't want to do $1 million wedding. I can't look at you in the eye if you're telling me you're spending 200 grand on flowers, because I'll laugh at you. Like, I think it's silly. It's just not for me. I don't want to live my life doing that, so I'm not going to.
No.
But if somebody says I want to do social media and things like that, and I'm like, okay, well, you have time. Oh, I haven't got time. I'm like, you're lying. If you're nervous, that's different.
That's different.
If you don't know what to post, that's different.
Also, yes.
If you don't have if you think you haven't got the right tools, that's different. Don't tell me that you haven't got time to do it, because that's not true.
That's a cop out.
That's not true.
All right, Georgie, I'm going to go into where I first saw you and something that I would love to dive into. And I first bumped into your content. It was a podcast, and it was called The Unfiltered Bride. And you guys used to do a lot of tips and tricks, and you're talking about stories from both of your experiences and the different things that you see in the industry. But obviously I know that podcast is now gone. I want to go in there. I don't know if you want to spill the tea, but I want to go in and say, what the hell happened to your original podcast? What happened there?
I can't spill too much tea, because actually, real talk, I haven't got any milk at home, so that I haven't had tea for 2 days. So actually, seriously, that's why. I can't go into too much about it, because it is an ongoing thing.
Yeah, it might be a bit sensitive, but what if there's anything you mind, if you don't mind sharing, it'll be lovely to hear. Because that's for me, that's a question that I wanted to definitely bring today.
And I get that question all the time. And look, first of all, I've learned that I would never go into business with somebody that isn't my husband.
Okay.
My own tip. I've been burnt a few times in business.
Same.
And that's my last one of just going like, do you know what? I'm not doing that anymore.
I'm not doing it. Yeah.
I'm just not doing it. I'm not putting myself in the position where, like, I want to be how do I word it? Nobody else, only Brian will ever be genuinely happy for my success, because it sounds awful, but he benefits from that success. We split everything. So there is no one else in the world that is like 100% wholeheartedly just happy for me to keep going up.
Yes.
I think in terms of like outside of business, like
where you
married,
are, what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
No worries, fine. You do you, I'll do me. She didn't want to do the podcast anymore. I did want to do the podcast. And there was a bit of thing about buying out, blah, blah, blah. It was a marketing podcast. So it just we're very different. We run businesses very differently and have different opinions on things. And I think it got to the point where we kind of felt like we were probably doing more. The podcast was in our office. Brian did all the editing, producing, those things. So it was starting to feel a little bit uneven. And do you know what? I would rather it just be me. I'd rather just take that thing, because it was really sad to end it, because it was 3 years of really hard work, and it
lots
grown.
of work,
like,
lots of hours.
Massive.
You guys put in graft on that podcast. That podcast was huge.
Yeah, and it did. I think we're right in saying it got to the biggest wedding podcast in the UK.
Yes,
hands down. But it's hard to end something. Unfortunately, it has ended a friendship as well. Like
that's the worst thing.
Businesses never really end amicably, if we're being really honest about things.
That's true. Very true.
So unfortunately, it is what it is. Do a bit of thingy, and it was very much. Brian and I sat down and realised that we didn't want to, because the other option was to carry on that brand, but actually, I don't want it off the back of someone else being on it. I didn't want it to always have been associated, and I know I can do it. I know that between Brian and I, we know how to do a good podcast.
How to do a podcast,
actually,
correct.
I'd rather start something fresh. So was it my birthday? Yeah. We were going away for the weekend for my birthday. We'd already decided about ending the podcast, and we were like, right, we better make a new one, and it better come out the following week, because I'm not missing a beat between that
So
ending and the new
literally
one
from cut
starting.
off the following week, new podcast. So that literally, so I remember you put that post, it's like 72 hours and you're making the logo and you're doing all of that stuff. This was
Yeah.
literally so you could be, so that
It
deadline you
had to
gave
go
yourself
out.
is so it can go out the
Yeah.
following week.
And this is the thing. It's one of those things where, of course, it didn't need to go out the next week, but it did to me.
Yes.
It had to. We had done 3 years every single week. There was not so, and it sounds all like there's people that listen to that every Wednesday.
Every
It's
single
part
Wednesday.
of their life. It's part of their route. Like we would always get people messaging like, "Oh, I do my dog walk on a Wednesday, or I drive to work the longer way on a Wednesday," like stuff like that. I genuinely don't want to let anybody down. Like I was like, do you know what? We're ready. We know what we're doing. We can film on a Sunday. I think we did film on a Sunday evening. We can get the set painted. We took Isla to go and paint the office, change the furniture, change the stuff, paint everything, make the new look, like done, edited next day, ready to go out on the Wednesday. So people that had gone from the Unfiltered Bride could go straight over to the Secret Society.
Yeah.
And it's just, it meant a bit of a fresh start. So actually this podcast is a lot more thought through because I don't have anyone to speak to every week. It's
you can just do it on the get your thing out and start making plans instead of having to book in a meeting and talk about it.
So now it's really planned, it's really thought out. I'm genuinely trying to think about the people that are listening because we get quite a lot of, it's mainly couples of brides, but we get a lot of suppliers that listen as well, and I want to make sure that anyone listening can gain from it. I hate, like, there's a lot of wedding podcasts that are just one big advert for the person coming on, which is nice for them. But no one, if I don't want a videographer, I've learned nothing from this episode. I don't want to book that person. So I wanted to make sure that when we speak to like a videographer, they're explaining loads of things, not just, this is what I cost and this is what I do.
And this is how you contact me and this is how you, I know exactly what you're talking about without mentioning
I just want people to gain from it.
Yeah, I'm very similar. And I'm glad, like, literally everything you just said there just echoes exactly what I do myself here, and this every week, exactly like what you just said. If I'm behind, if I go on holiday, George, and I haven't pre-recorded, when I get back, my missus is like, I'm like, listen, I need to get that out. Let me edit. I need to get this done. Let me schedule. I'm like, I'll stay up until 4:00. That needs to land at 7 a.m. It has to happen.
Different when it's for me. It's all for me. Like, I don't have to worry about anybody else now. I don't have to go through anything. I say me and Brian. It's just us that need to make this work. Yeah. The only thing that's difficult is going from that back to zero and having to slowly build it back up again. Yeah. But the numbers are the same sort of numbers. So it's just different. The Unfiltered Bride got to about 3 million downloads. It was a lot. Yeah.
3 M's.
But 3 million. Yeah. So I'm like gutted. I'm genuinely gutted that it's just like that, gone. But the new one, at the time of recording this, is on 10 episodes and we're at 100,000 downloads. So
you will get there.
The compound interest will be fine. I just need to be like a year ahead. Yeah.
You will get there because you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot from your original podcast, and your brand is forever growing. So with whatever it is you do, it's like whatever you touch will turn to gold, especially if it's something that's yours. Like if you touch something, it will turn to gold. But if you actually own something, that's going to be 100% winner. So there's not a shadow or a doubt in my mind that you will be exactly where you was, even further, in a shorter period of time. So watch your space. Or watch this space. Watch your space.
Watch your space, guys. Watch your space, hun. Go listen to the podcast. Thanks.
No, seriously, but check out when you used to like post all the time, I used to be in the car and there'll be a few podcasts that I listen to, only a top 5. I'm not going to mention all of them, but one of them was yours. And what I loved about your podcast as a DJ is listening to it, I get a different outset, a different goggles as to how different things are seen and how people see things. And I've put in so much things into my business from things that you guys was talking about. So that's the reason why I would find it beneficial. Some people, when I tell people I listen, they're like, why listen to the title? It's for women. I'm like, you're not seeing, you're not, like, you're missing it. Yeah, you're missing it, because I need to get into the minds of these people and listening to these people talk. They're not talking about DJs. They're talking about the wedding industry, and I'm in the wedding industry. And for me to perform better, I need to understand more. Now, this is the reason why I do this podcast, because I feel like with what I've learned and where I've got to, some people are like, how? And I'm like, it's because I take a lot from others. I don't just look in the mirror and say I know it all. I bring on guests just like yourself, and I talk to not just DJs, because you can't just learn from one industry. I bring on saxophone players. I've got lots of other people coming soon. I've got a tax advisor coming soon. I can't wait for that one.
Ooh.
But you learn, because running a business is not easy. It's not easy. It's not hard. Like you said, business is not something.
And you've got to keep going. Like, stuff is changing.
Yes,
like the wedding industry in the last 5 years is a whole other. And I have props for anybody who goes to conferences, who listens to podcasts, who are just trying to learn more stuff. Because I don't think I know all the stuff, and I'm doing all right. But I will always continue to, like, anything you can teach me, I want to know about it. Because if brides are seeing other content, I want to know what they're seeing. So when they speak to me and say, "Oh, we're going to do an Irish goodbye," I want to know what that means.
I want to know what that means. Yeah, correct. Yeah. And even going back to your background, once again, speaking to what you're speaking earlier, you love learning, Georgie. That's quite key, especially if it's something that you like doing. It's not like you just like learning just for the sake of it. If it's something that's going to elevate you and things that you can apply straight away, then it's going to be something that you're interested in. So education.
And I think it's knowing what you like and what you're good at. I know I'm good at marketing and front of house stuff, and I have outsourced the bits I don't want to do. I've grown my team so that I can go, here you go, you do that. I'm best at this bit, so I'm just going to double down on this bit. Like, and people listening might not be at that stage yet, but actually, when you start to work it out, like if say it's, I don't know, I can make money from socials now. So if I can get somebody else to plan some of the weddings, I can do more socials, which earns more money, which pays the salary of the person that is doing the thing.
Yeah, it funnels the business, 100%.
So it's looking at it like, in a DJ term, I guess it's, do you bring in somebody to come and help you set up and de-rig? Does that mean you can then do more weddings because actually you're not so tired?
Yes.
Does it mean you can network with everyone? Will that financially gain money for you, and therefore it's worth doing? It's just a bit risky at the start. You've got to be a little bit risky. But I always mine has always been, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like when I quit that job, I didn't know anyone that worked for themselves. Like, I wasn't in the business world whatsoever, wasn't listening to podcasts, wasn't watching Simon Squibb tell me to follow my dream and shit like that. It was just like, the worst thing that's going to happen is I got to go work in Tesco. I like Tesco.
And that's
not
that bad.
That's the worst thing.
That's the worst thing. And even with people, when they start businesses and they worry, oh man, I used to always say, if the doo-doo, I'm going to join you, if the shit is the fan, it's not a problem, because there's Indeed, there's all of those. You put your CV online. Before DJing, Georgie, I'm a counsellor. I work with young people. So I'm like, with my I'm gonna say accolades, with the accolades that I had working in education, I'm like, if I put my name on it, you'll get swooped up, you'll be back in your normal annual salary, doing what you was doing within literally 2 or 3 days. So if you go ahead and go and try and chase your dream, give it 6 months, give it a year, and it doesn't really work, no problem. You can be back in 9 to 5, no problem. No one would have even batted an eye. So what's the worst?
And some people don't realise, then they're not meant for self-employed. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with doing it and then being like, do you know what, I don't like that, that's not fit. Or you go, do you know what, I just want to do 10 DJ weddings a year on top of my job that I'm doing. I just want a bit like, all right, do what you want. Nobody's, I think people, there's a great way of looking at it, of the thing of when you think people are thinking about you, nobody's thinking about you. Like in the meanest way. Nobody cares about you. They care about themselves. No one cares. They care about them. They're only thinking about them. So no one cares what you're doing.
No. And this is the same thing.
And when you know that, you're like, sweet.
That should give you a bit of freedom, a bit of, like, the whole world isn't looking at me. No, you're looking at your own world. That's your world. But everyone else is doing the same thing that you're doing. It's the same thing I say about social media.
And do you know how much content there is? Yes. It just goes. It's gone in 30 seconds. It's hard to keep them there. Like, what's the currency at the moment? Is attention. Attention is the currency. Of correct, just like, oh my God. So if you can get them, great. If you do something wrong, it lasts all of 30 seconds and you're done. And no one remembers.
No one remembers. And there's the other thing about, like, if a video does well, fantastic. Lots of people see. If a video does crap, what, 400 people, 1,000 people saw? No one. That's no one. That is no one. Your auntie and your best friend, they won't even mention it to you. Imagine someone come to you, oh, you done a rubbish post 4 weeks ago. You're like, wow, you are really watching me.
Cool.
You
should probably get a side hustle because you've got too much time.
You got too much time on your hands watching everybody else.
Weirdo, get off my feed.
What's wrong?
But could you like and share? Thank you.
Yes, please. Make sure, comment as well, because I need those, like, okay. But keep watching, you little funny guy.
Mate, there's a post that I saw the other day that had like 3 versions of the same thing. And it's people watching at the start being like, oh, cute, like, bless them, trying to do that. And then the middle one of them being like, who do they think they are? Like, what are they doing? And then when they're successful, being like, oh, how do I get involved? And I'm like, you didn't. They'll watch the whole time and they'll only want you at the end.
At the end.
Yeah.
So just
Just
keep
learn
pushing,
those
keep
people.
pushing forward.
Yeah.
Going swiftly on to my next one. Obviously, Georgie, with the podcast, with everything that you're doing, social media with what I think is catapulting everything kind of what you're doing, just driving force. You're killing it on Instagram, but oh my days, are you taking TikTok to the shred house? You are going in ham.
TikTok is my bitch, man. TikTok does what I tell TikTok to do.
And when you say TikTok's your bitch, yeah, did you start on, where do you think, like, where did you start more on TikTok or more on Instagram? I think you started on Instagram, right?
Instagram is a family. All the people on Instagram are so nice to me. I can post anything I want and everyone will be like, yay, well done. TikTok,
Savagery.
they're just horrible.
Yeah,
oh, they're horrible. If
Savage.
It sucks, they'll tell me. If I say something wrong, I did a video. I went on the Newlyweds podcast, it was back then, with Jamie and Sophie Lang.
Yeah.
And I did a video on there and it was blow me. So it was all the things you need to remember the morning of it. And that went so viral. But I said, I can't even remember which way around it was, anagram or acronym. I said the wrong thing. Mate, and everyone's like, that's not it.
You got it wrong.
Actually, you're an idiot. And I was like, guys, I'm not a teacher. I'm just it's pressure. It's high pressure. But all those comments is what made it go so viral. So jokes on them. That it also, Instagram was always the family, but TikTok is what I started doing. And I joined TikTok at the perfect time because it just blew up. So I was always on I still am on more followers on TikTok than I am on Instagram. Because the difference between it is that on TikTok, it goes to people that aren't following you. It goes to people that TikTok thinks you're like.
Well, like the content.
Yeah, not that they don't really care about the person making it. They're thinking about the video.
They're thinking about the views. How can we get this going? We don't really care about it. If you're going to get taken to the shred house, that's your business. That's what you posted. But we're going to actually push it to the haters. Push it to the haters. Do you know what I mean? And then that's going to go.
And it's learning when you realise that people don't actually hate you. They just comment. They have their own opinion, which is fine. I'm giving my opinion. You're welcome to give your opinion. But when you learn that, you learn then how to make content that is good for that. You'll say something at the start of it that people are then like, no, I disagree with that. What you say, like what you talking about? And I'm like, you fell for it, sucker. That's what the start was for.
To keep you here.
Who's the fool now?
And now you're
7
here.
minutes into my video.
Seconds later, you're still here. Yes, you give me that watch time.
But TikTok is magic. TikTok is honestly, because like we said, it goes so quickly.
Yeah.
If a video doesn't hit, all right. It's not even like your grid is a different thing as well. Like no one's judging your grid on TikTok. Nobody cares.
It's not so aesthetic. No, it could be messy. It doesn't matter. Just when I hit that video,
just post whatever you want.
Yeah, and just see how it goes. And it's similar, like you're saying about like with Instagram. It's more like Instagram will kind of find out your niche and then push your content to the certain people. TikTok, it will send it to the mechanic. It will send it to the baker. It will send it to the single mum. We don't give a damn. If it's gonna hit, then it's gonna hit, and then it can just. But I feel with myself, I learned. See the sort of the fuck it button on TikTok. That's what helped me with Instagram, funnily enough, because I started just not caring. I'm like, it goes out 9 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 in the morning. I don't care. If it happens, it happens. And then you start to see people don't care. Neither does the algorithm. It's just showing it to anyone. If it hits, it hits.
And it's you can post anything on there. Like you can then take what works on TikTok and put it onto Instagram. Because normally, say if you post 10 videos on TikTok, 2 do really well. The ones that do really well on there will do well on Instagram. They just will. So if you're scared about making the content, if you don't want all of your followers to see exactly what you're doing, do it on TikTok first. And just pick I did a video this year, end of last year, with the wedding dresses, and I was changing my hairstyle to match the wedding dresses. It's the ridiculous viral thing, and it is done well on every single platform. Everyone.
Have you seen, George, how much people have copied that? Every time I see one, I'm like, that's Georgie's.
That was me.
That was you.
That was me.
And they're like, this hair, that hair. And they do it like this.
Remember.
I'm like, you. Oh, that is
me,
literally.
Bro.
You've almost word for word, scene for scene. You've just been like.
And then somebody also did one that was like they did. And again, I don't mind the video bit, but they did remember, wear your hair however you want to wear your hair. And I'm like, first of all, you don't get my video. I didn't tell you to do anything. I said, remember, didn't tell you anything. Second of all, people are commenting on it being like, oh yeah, I hate that girl telling me what to do. And then they're replying then being like, yes, someone had to tell her. Blah, blah. And I'm like, you're now a dick because the video was funny. But now by trying to shit on someone else, like you don't need to put other people down to make yourself look better. You could have just stuck to your guns and made that video.
Yeah, 100% own it.
But it's the replying, and then it's really interesting. I had to block it in the end because I kept looking at it and I shouldn't look at it. But like, there's people I know know of commenting that I'm like, if I came to you and offered you to come work for me,
You would do
jump
it.
at it.
You would jump.
You fucking jump at it. So don't then act all
bougie in the comments, like all like mean girl
or
vibes.
comments of someone else, mean girl. And that's the thing. Like, I've always tried hard to not because I have my opinion. I have my opinion on.
You do.
Putting speeches in between dinner. I don't think you should do that. If you want to do that, crack on. It's then learning on how to say stuff without being horrible. I don't need to put anyone else down to make my opinion valid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just make your thing, put it out in the world, let other people come back to it, and just, enjoy, have fun.
Yeah, let it happen. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I think, like, even with opinions similar to myself, just like yourself, we put out what we want to put out. Some people catch it, some people don't. And I always say to some people, I try to say, I want the people that don't agree with what I'm saying. I want you more. I don't want just cult of 247 cult. No, I kind of want the person that thinks I'm wrong, and because that's where I think the better conversation is to happen. Do you know what I mean?
I love a debate.
Same.
Just argue with me. I love an argument.
Let's go. Not in a fight way. Not in like what? Let's have it. I'm like, because this will be probably the healthiest. We both sit on the other side and we can argue it out, get to the end, and still say, do you know what? That was a brilliant conversation. Let's go out for a drink, even though we are totally not aligned. But actually, it's actually better because you're seeing things and what you said is right in its own style and its form, and what I'm right is it's for different.
I don't think there is a right and wrong.
There isn't. Most of the time,
can't actually be right or wrong.
Oh.
It's. Do what you want to just do. Honestly, just if there's anything you guys can take from this, especially for socials, do what you want to do on there.
Straight.
Just do what you want to do. It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Like, if you want to do super luxury stuff, cool. I don't want to do that. That's all right.
No.
You do that.
Yeah.
You do that. I'll do this. I'm good. I'm cool, man. I don't care what you're doing as long as you're fucking posting.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're posting, and also if it's working for you as well, if things are coming from it, fantastic. Because that's hopefully the reason why people start posting is because they want something to come from it, whether it be bookings, whether it be work, whether it be exposure, or even if it's just for fun. If you find yourself watching TV too much and you're like, I feel like I'm doing nothing, or you're a doom scroller, you're like, why don't I throw some of my content in this mix as well? Yeah, you might as well. Why?
I love social media. It sounds awful, but I love making it. I love watching it. I love trying to analyze why. Like, when I watch a video and I'm 3 minutes in, I'm like, why have I been watching this? What is
it they're doing?
If you're not saving loads of content, you're not watching socials properly, because you should be saving it and being like, the amount of times that I'll get an idea from watching social media that just makes me, because what's the saying? There's no new content. There's no unique content, just unique messengers.
Yes.
No unique message, just unique messengers.
Okay.
There's nothing that I'm telling people that's new. Sometimes, actually, because I do come up with an odd anagram, whatever the fuck it is. Still don't know it.
Still don't know it, teacher.
Still don't know it. Well, anagram. Anagram is where you spin them around.
Acronym is when it's broken up into words.
Take a content and make it personal, make it unique to you. But you can't change the thing you're saying. So if you're trying to find something like, I'm a DJ, I need to teach somebody something new, good luck.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what you're going to teach them. It's just
that's not
the way of doing something.
Yeah. 100%.
Start saving content. Save it.
Save content. Quick tip from Georgie, guys. Save content.
You can have that for
free.
Especially
Especially the content that keeps you locked in. If you find yourself locked into that, then you need to learn from it and look at it and then try and dissect it, which is probably hard for people that are not. They're not awake in terms of how things work, but look at things that you like and there will be a theme. There should start to come a theme that you like. And usually you'll start to see, like you're saying, the hooks, the movement screens, when they get the camera and they're like, I just thought, or I hate, or those guys that come with the big shout, or you're doing this wrong. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? I need to.
Sorry. Don't even know what. It's when they say, like, brides, you need to listen to this. I'm not getting married, but now I want to know what.
Yeah,
why
what are you telling brides? What are you telling brides?
I want to know. Tell me. Tell me what you think you know.
Yeah. I want to hear your point. See if I agree or disagree. I might be in the comments. I might not. We'll see how that kind of goes. So, Georgie, when it comes to like your business, with what you're doing, and obviously, so yours is like wedding planning, which is the main thing. We do lots of things. We do books, we do podcasts, we do brand deals, you do lots of stuff. But when we're talking about the core of your business, where would you say the majority of your work comes from? Would you say social media? Is it going to be from podcast stuff? Is it going to be from you featuring on other things? Where do you think the majority of your work comes from in terms of inquiries and bookings?
So definitely, I should have opened up my CRM system, shouldn't I? Definitely podcast.
Wow.
My issue with it is, how do they find that podcast? Because it would have been from my social media. So it's a bit of a chicken and egg thing, because I know that they've seen a video, they've gone on my profile, they've seen I've got a podcast, they've started listening to the podcast. I would say 5% of them have randomly just found the podcast. But I think the social media hooks people in, and then the podcast, because they can hear me talking and I know what I'm on about and I clearly do weddings, there's social proof and blah, blah, blah. That then converts them into actually inquiring. So podcast is definitely a good one. But if I didn't have the podcast at all, never had a podcast, I know it would just all come from TikTok and Instagram. So I had the same thing when I did that Nerdyweds video. And lots of people were like, oh, you got so lucky, like that's where you're inquiring. And I was like, I would have made it anyway. Like I'm not what's the word? Oblivious to the fact of how much that helps.
Yes.
But equally, they found me through TikTok. So it would have
converted anyway. It wasn't like it was just it's because you've got this podcast and that's the reason. No. They would have seen my tips. They would have seen my tips, and just listening to what you're saying. Well, more so, it would have been them agreeing or being aligned with what you're saying. And like, do you know what? I would love to have you at my wedding day because it would make me feel so comfortable and so calm.
Yeah. I do like a scattergun approach. I do like to be on all socials, on podcasts, on other people's podcasts, doing a blog, writing a book. Like I am very much, I like lots of streams, so that if anything, I had that exact thing where the Unfiltered Bride ended. That could have been then, that's it. And it was something like 70% of inquiries were coming from that. And I'm like, I know it's not.
Yeah.
I know that when that stops, I'm not going to be 70% inquiries down. And
yes.
it's not.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
It's not.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
So it didn't, and it's fine. So it's kind of trusting yourself to be like, actually, if I'm doing all these things really well, most of my content, I use the same content on Instagram and TikTok. So it's not even like I'm trying to make different videos.
Yeah. I see you.
Just putting them everywhere. Facebook, like I wouldn't say I don't market on Facebook, but actually I get inquiries from Facebook. And I'm like, oh, damn, all right.
Really?
They just automatic, but I also make money from Facebook. That's the one that pays.
What, in terms of what the content views?
Yeah, views for actual videos. So that dress video did 120 million views across platforms.
Okay.
Across all of them. Because it's less than a minute long, TikTok don't pay. Instagram don't pay anyway. YouTube, it's definitely helped me to get to the monetized numbers you need. And Facebook, I made about $5,000.
Get out of here.
Peace and love. Because Facebook is trying to be relevant again.
Yeah,
they're like,
because
post on me, I'll pay you.
I'll pay you. I'll give you money, guys. Like, come over here. We won't do it for Instagram because you lot will do it anyway, you whores. But come over to Facebook, man. Like, I promise you, it's not just your granddad and your dad anymore. I swear.
They're watching.
Here's cash.
Yeah. Come just post it on ours. You don't even need to make new content. Just post it here.
Yeah. If it works here, you'll get a check. Like, come on, man. You can withdraw it whenever you want to your account. Like, it's all good.
And it is literally just like that. So whereas TikTok is a bit more like, oh, we've got some rules, we'll pay you, but it'll be such small amounts of money.
It's ridiculous. It's pointless even talking about.
It is pointless. That's not where the money comes from on TikTok. It's from TikTok Shop. Woo! Love a bit of TikTok Shop. And brand deals.
Yeah.
But Facebook's the one that you might all be sleeping on, because if you do get a video that does well, it will pay you. I mean, it was a lot of views, to be fair. So
you have to. Yeah, it's in the millions. You have to go into the high millions to then start seeing that kind of money. But you could still get something, even if it just does, $500,000. It might not be as much. Might be £100, £220.
And the videos that you think suck are the ones that do well on socials.
Why is that? What is? Do you know what? Every single person I've spoken to says that, and I see that. It's the one where you're like, do you know what? This ain't all that, but let me just stay consistent. Post, turn off the phone, lock off the app, and just be like, you know what, I'll come back tomorrow and it will be all right. Later on that day, you look at your notifications, 99. You're like, 99? Let me open that.
I love a little 99.
Love
plus.
a 99.
That's my favourite.
Just that same video, just oh my God. Why is that, Georgie? What do you think that's all about? Like, what the hell?
I think I do know this.
Okay,
so
let's get into it.
So Brian also makes content on personal finance, and he used to have
Frugal
this cool
Spender
setup.
podcast. I'm gonna tap it in,
Frugal
guys.
Spender.
Frugal Spender.
He's
Check
good.
it out as well, man. Because
he is very good.
He is good. He is good. Sorry, we're gonna quickly segue in here. Is that when I started listening to his podcast, that's when I was like, because I remember there was a point I was like, I want something new. You know, I'm driving. I got a far drive. I want something different. I want something like different. I want something that's not even wedding, not DJ, not music. I want something different, but I'm still interested in. And I thought to myself, let me just jump on this Frugal Spender, because I was listening to the Money Jar. I was listening to a Money Jar podcast, and I thought he mentioned Frugal Spender. So that's Georgie's husband. Yeah, let me go and have a look at them and see what he's doing. And then I'm listening to how he spends money and he talks about you guys and your life and how he does this and the way you both differently think in terms of money. And you have the idea like, I want to do this. This sounds great. Yeah, spend it. He's like, yeah. Slow down.
Yeah.
When
do you want to retire?
First, when we're going to look at that, we're going to invest in there. We're going to put money aside there. That's going to pay for that. That's going to do that. And Brian's podcast, Frugal Spender, I've tagged it in check it out. If you are about your money, or you want to sort your money out, or have a bit of a better understanding of how
to
manage.
nothing. Yeah, he honestly started, it says it when it's on there, but it started because he was in a bit of debt. He had no money knowledge whatsoever. And he was like, do you know what? I actually just need to teach people how to start. So if you are listening to this and you don't have pots for your money, if you don't have an investment fund, if you haven't got a pension, go and listen to that. Because I think it is a case of you don't know what you don't know. And we're not taught anything about money. It's actually awful.
No, it's
so
a joke.
Just go and educate yourself, because actually, again, one of the reasons why everything has been so successful is because, like, now we get money, we know what we're doing with it. We know that when we can retire, how much money we can have, we can buy a bigger house, because it's all very well and good being successful and making loads of money, but if you don't know what you're doing with it, what's the point?
What's the point?
If you can't convert it into then actually lifestyle
to the things
upgrades,
that you actually want. Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, you're wasting your time.
Why was I talking about Brian? So he was making content on TikTok and it was all doing really well, and then it suddenly just stopped. It just wasn't doing as well. And then he would go out for a walk, and I was like, just post a video while you're walking. So you had two types of video, one with the good lighting, the microphone, the blank background, the uplighters, and then one when he's just going for a walk.
No lighting, no front-facing
Nothing.
Camera, 720, nothing glam.
People want authenticity. People want it, because all the other ones we realised maybe look like an advert.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't trying to sell anything.
No, he's just trying to make it visually decent so you can actually...
They're scrolling and they go, hang on, what's he trying to sell me? Nah. And when he's walking going, oh, actually, guys, if you haven't got this pot, whatever, then they're like, oh, shit. Okay. So it's those quick videos. It's all about trying to get people's attention in multiple ways, not just what you're saying. But if you're walking around, it's a bit like jarring to be like, what is he doing? What is he talking? Why is it so important that he had to tell me on a walk I should listen to it? It's the same as we're at weddings. Why are you not making content at a wedding? Being like, look, here's my setup. Here's because people don't see weddings all the time.
No,
so they want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would be my answer of the ones that you really think out. But then it's a 50-50, because then the dress video was very well thought out, very planned, but it was the quickness of it. So the fact that it was 15 seconds long, I knew it wouldn't make me any money on TikTok, but I knew that people would then watch it multiple times because it's only 15 seconds.
Watch time, which then pushes it. Yeah.
So it's being able to look at different content and being like, that is for this purpose. This is for this purpose.
Yeah.
And that's all right. Some of the videos aren't for views or money. It's just because I know that people need that tip.
Yes.
Other stuff is because I want to make some money. Pay me, TikTok. I'm begging. Or I'll go to Facebook.
Yeah, I'll leave you and go to Facebook, because they're more genuine. They're more generous with motivating me to put content out on the algorithm.
Who had Facebook? Zuckerberg. Yeah. Zuckerberg has got the cash.
Yeah.
He'll give me the money. China don't want to pay.
They don't want to pay. They're like that, because in their mind they're like, there's many of you, love. There's so many of you. You see how there's you? I got 500,000 of you. So don't worry. If you want to go Facebook,
I'm going to push your mate. I'm going to push that girl you don't like.
Yeah.
A little bit further.
There you go. And we'll see how that pans out.
You'll come crawling back. You'll be posting 3 times a day, bitch.
Which is what, that's what they love. That is, if you want to become the 100K person in 6 months or 3 months, 3 times a day is your go-to.
It's the lottery thing. It's every time you post is a ticket. And one ticket, the more tickets you got, the more chance you got. So if you make 100 videos tomorrow, one of them is going to do well.
One of them's going to do very, very
it's
well.
It's going to, yeah.
And then
whereas
hopefully,
if you post one, we're hoping.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you're posting like 2 or 3 a week, I'm like, when people do that, I'm like, and especially when people are saying to them they want more inquiries or more bookings, I'm like, you need more eyes on your business, because there's lots of different clients and lots of people see different things. Some people see me and they say, that's not for me. Some people see me and they say, that's exactly what we've been looking for. We haven't inquired with no one. So then I know I've got to get as maximum eyes on my business to make that happen. To get maximum eyes, you need to have the more lottery tickets inside the thing. Because like you were saying, it could be the 15-second video that then draws them in to then that watches them more. The longer content, see some other stuff.
One,
yeah. And then that's where your eyes will come. But if you're not playing the lottery, if you're not, you can't be in it. You're not going to win
even
if
in
you're
it.
not in it. Yeah.
And it's again, I use that wedding dress one as an example, but that did, I don't know how many on TikTok, maybe 68 million on TikTok, something like that. So this is the funnel. They've watched it, they've seen it. 22,000 of them have started following me. Jeez. So now they're in this bit of it where now they're getting my other, because that dress didn't even say that I'm a planner, doesn't say I'm a coordinator, it's not going to get me any bookings, nothing at all.
Nothing.
But I know that I'm going to get 22,000 followers from this, and then those ones are going to start watching my videos, and then some of them are actually married, engaged, so they're going to want a thing, and then it comes through to maybe 10 inquiries.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's 10 more than I had
10 more
at the start.
From one video. That's the way, one video. Obviously, it's going to help with other stuff, because out of that funnel, like you said, that middle, the 22,000, some of them are just going to take a little bit longer to convert. And then
100%.
That then
or they're going to tell their
another.
mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's always going to. I always, similar to like you said, I always say with the numbers, it's a 10% of that, the next funnel. And then after that, 10% that as well, which gets into an even smaller number. But if that's one inquiry, 2 inquiry, depending on what you charge, that's a month's salary for some people. Do you know what I mean? So go for it.
Yeah. It's just difficult because and again, I'm not helpful because I'm saying about this 70 million views and whatever, but 400 people looking at your video is a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Goes so many people. That's more than most people at the wedding.
Yes.
So when you sit there and go, I get my most inquiries from when people are at weddings, I'm like, bullshit. There's more people watching your videos online
than there is going to any
than there
weddings.
are that are actually engaged. At least the people watching your video online probably are engaged, especially if it's on TikTok, because they're sending it to the right people. So just post the content,
post
guys.
the damn
post the content.
Content, man. Do you know how much people would have spent back in the day for 400 eyes? Yellow Pages, if they could have guaranteed you 400 eyes, do you know how much you would have spent? But now you want to be bougie and be like, I need to get 1 million views. No. No.
You wouldn't even be ready for 1 million inquiries.
No.
Like that's my other issue is that I promote strongly on socials, but if your other stuff isn't right, what's the point?
What's the point?
Because if I then go on your website and it doesn't match anything you've been saying online, or you don't reply to me quick enough, or your links don't work, or your brochure isn't right, and then you've stopped me there. You've got me all this way, and then I've got to here and I've gone on the website. It's nothing, like the branding's not the same, the wording's not the same. Like, nah, I'm all right, thanks.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So make sure your socials, if you're hammering for socials and you want more inquiries, then also make sure your back end, CRM is the first acronym I'm going to use. CRM is key. Gone are the days of Google Docs. If you're an admin guy and you love it and you've got time, cool. Go for whatever floats your boat.
Nah, still don't. Grow up.
Well,
Grow up and get a CRM system.
That's what I would say. I quickly just want to pause the episode just for 1 second. As we're talking about CRMs, we have to talk about planning beats. If you don't know what CRM stands for, it stands for Customer Relationship Manager. What these tools do is help you manage your inquiries and working with your customers in one organized place. Just like Georgie was saying, if you did have a video that did really well and you start getting bombarded with inquiries, if you don't have a CRM, it's going to be hard for you to manage all the different people, where they're coming from, different rates, different charges, different brochures, different prices. You need a system to help you streamline this and make it much more efficient. And this is where Planning Beats comes in. The reason why I'm talking about Planning Beats, because Planning Beats was made by DJs, built for DJs, to help DJs manage their business. It will save you tons and tons of time and make your admin much more streamlined and more manageable. If you've never had a CRM system before, this is the perfect time and the perfect system for you. Head into the link in the description where you can hit the link and get a 30-day free trial. All you have to do is hit the link in the description, head over to the website, and through your joining process, there will be a drop down. Put in Mobile DJ Mastery. There'll be a drop down where you can click on Mobile DJ Mastery as to where you heard about this software from, and it will give you 30-day trial instead of a 7-day trial. And in this 30 days, guys, I want you to go through the step-by-step process that is built into the program that makes it really easy to get you up and running. You can upload your logo, you can put in your different packages, offers, and all your sub parts like your photo booth, your uplights, all your additional sales. You can build that into the system. Once it's built into the system, it's much easier for you to send these with one trigger buttons out to the necessary clients or couples that are booking you. So if there's one great thing you can do for your business today, is jumping in and getting started with that. The 7 days one is there, which is publicly available, but if you hit the drop down, you will get 30 days, which I think is a brilliant offer, and you can use that just for yourself to see if it's something that you want to continue doing to help you manage your business. But anyway, that's enough about that. Let's get back into the episode. But I can't, but that's what I would say. I'm like, come on, it's business.
I tell you what it actually is. It's icky. That's icky.
Ooh.
If you're writing it on a document, that's icky.
But the client
it all does it for you.
No, Georgie.
I know the people that are using it, but also don't again tell me you haven't got time. You haven't got time because you're writing it on an Excel document.
No, but some of them love it. I've spoken to some people, they love the control, and I'm like, that's bonkers. But each to their own. Admin for me is dead. I ain't trying to sit on the what a waste of time. That's not a bit of me. I like this.
But also, if you lose that, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole business is screwed. If you're on a CRM system, it's all there. You log in on somebody else's computer. And it does it automates stuff for you. Why? The time it takes you to write that on, you could have made a video.
Yeah.
And got another inquiry.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Just saying. Manage your time. So make sure when you're posting, post lottery, join the lottery. It's free.
Yeah.
Go for it. When the eyes start to come, make sure you got CRM so there's some sort of management in the background to make things make sense.
And do you know what? If you are good at documents and admin, go and work somewhere else that will definitely pay you more than what being self-employed does.
True.
We don't earn loads of money. Go and work for a tech company that will pay you way more if you like admin.
To do all the admin and organise their stuff and have all those emails come in and be controllable and be controlled of your Google Docs. You can do that. That's fine. But go and get paid more for what you do.
Exactly.
All right, Georgie.
You'll be a DJ.
DJ. It's not going to end. You're going to be a millionaire, but Google might sort you out.
100%.
Georgie, all right, cool. What I wanted to go through now is DJs, as we're mentioning actually. So obviously you work with a lot of couples. You was obviously married yourself. You got married yourself. Question. No, I think I already know this. You had a band, didn't you? Yes. You never went for DJ. Can I just ask, be raw? Why did you go for band over DJ?
We got married on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like live music was essential.
Okay.
For that party. Why else did I? Because I'll tell you why.
And be honest. I can see you're about to be, but be brutally honest.
Because a high percentage of DJs are shit.
Whoa. With statements like that, that's what I'm calling a cliffhanger. Guys, this episode was one of those marathon episodes, so we're doing it in 2 segments. So you are going to catch the rest of what Georgie has to say next week on the next episode. So make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Wherever you're listening to this, make sure you like and put your comments in because I read all of them and reply to all of them as well. Something you may not have known what I'm doing is that I'm putting bloopers. There's sometimes at the end or during episodes when little things happen, and you guys know I love transparency. So at the end of all videos, if there are any bloopers, there will be some bloopers put in. So after the intro, you can stick around and hear some of the stuff and the trials and tribulations that happens when recording some of these podcasts. Another thing that I've been doing recently is even in the edit, there's some stuff where I'm like, take it out. And I'm like, no, leave it in. Like, I like it. I like to hear all the things that happen. So transparency is the way. So if you ever think there's something wrong, it's left in there deliberately because I want you to see the realness. the authenticity. This is also a test because if you guys remember before, I did a poll to talk about long episodes and how you would like them delivered. And quite a few of you said segments would be a bit better because if the podcast is too long, you find it hard to come back and then a new episode comes out and then you're missing the last part. Now, with most of my podcasts, it's the end of the podcast where the real juicy gems are. And it's the exact same on this podcast. So I'll see you next week for part 2 of this podcast. Roll the outro and stay for the bloopers if you like. Peace. Catch you next week. All right. We're in. All right, we're going to get rocking and rolling, Joy. We're going to get rocking and rolling. I know you're ready. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh my days, ladies and gentlemen. Look who is sitting beside me. It's Georgie Rose from... No. Do you want me to call you Georgina or Georgie?
Georgie.
But your company's Georgina Rose Events?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Can ask me about that.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Look who I have beside me, ladies and gentlemen. It's not only, it's the one. No, stop overthinking it.
Why are you overthinking it?
I don't know. It's because it's you, you know. It's you.
Bro,
it's
keep
you.
this bit in. I'll introduce myself. Calls himself a DJ.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? He can't even make an announcement. It's just like all fumbling over himself. Oh my God. It's like it's a first
On
dance.
a wedding day, can you do that again? Can you be like, no, go outside,
No,
go back
go
out,
outside.
I'll do it
Let me
again.
do that one more time. That wasn't good enough. Okay, start again. Rewind. No, we don't do that. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. All my days, ladies and gentlemen, look who I have sitting beside me. It's Georgie from Georgina Rose Events. What are you saying, girl?
Hello. I can't do that noise.
Me. Yeah, that sounds better. You got to give the me. You got to give me me.
Okay. Me. I'm just...
Georgie, how are you doing, man?